So today I'm going to give you all my top 10 tips on how to jump dirt jumps and not suck at it. Alright guys, so the first tip here is just you want to make sure that your jumps are actually solid enough to when you actually go to hit it, you're not going to have your front tires sink in because your jumps aren't packed enough. You really want to slap these things with the shovel as hard as you can. Easy way to test that is just for the first time, just go like this, and my tire didn't really sink in. So if you really want to check it though, just roll up it kind of like this. And as you can see, my tire didn't really sink in, so this one's good to hit. And you want to make sure that it's like that on your takeoffs and your landings so you don't end up hitting a bad situation midway through your jump. The second tip is going to be try to find a tabletop to jump. If you try to jump a double for the first time without ever trying to jump a tabletop, a lot more things can go wrong. And plus, if you jump a tabletop, it's going to put your mind at ease and make you feel a lot more confident before you go hit your first double. The reason you want to jump a tabletop first is because you can land on the flat part of the jump right up here where it's filled in and you don't have to worry about like casing a double, where if you do that you could sprocket case and just get shot over the bars. You can nose case and go to your chest or your face, and you don't want either of those to happen. So the first thing you should do is just jump this and land on the flat and then roll down. I'll show you a quick example. So once you've done that and you've landed on the flat top, you're just going to want to keep extending your jump a little more, go a little faster each time until you're starting to clear the jump almost every time. And then after that, you're ready to move on to a double. So even if you didn't have this first tabletop step and you have to go straight to a double, I'll tell you the way to do that. So the best way to do that is find somebody who's been riding these trails for a while. If y'all just built them, then you kind of have to figure them out yourselves or get somebody more advanced to come in and ride them, somebody a little more confident. And you just want to follow one of those guys into the line that goes through it like every day, like it's nothing. Engage their speed. So just try to follow like 10, 15 feet behind them so you know about exactly how fast you need to go to clear the jumps. That way you don't go at it your first time and land 10 feet past the landing, which obviously is not going to, it's not going to be a good time. All right, the next tip I'm going to give you is pretty plain, but really important. You just want to be confident the first time that you go and hit a double, and every time that you hit a double. I don't know how many times I've seen people try to go for it their first time and then end up veering off, and it ends way worse than it would have if they would have cased the jump just a little bit. Even if you know you're going to case the jump just a little bit with your back tire, that's fine the first time you hit it. Nobody's going to throw a fit over that. Even the trail builders, like if you just case a little bit, everybody cases dirt jumps all the time. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you commit to the jump before you actually start rolling up to it, because if you change your mind at the last second, it can go really badly. If you know you're going to case a jump whenever you're coming up to it, make sure you extend your legs. That way you can absorb it. If you try to suck up and make sure you get over it, if you end up casing it like this, it's just going to buck you straight over the bars because your legs don't have any room to absorb the impact. Okay, so now that you're more confident and you're kind of starting to jump the jumps, you might be still having a little bit of trouble, and that's because you're not pumping the jump. So this part's really important and really kind of decides the style and how you ride. So you can either really pump the jumps and go high, or you can kind of absorb it and push through them, which is more like what racers do. So if you're more of a freestyle rider, you'll kind of want to lean more towards pumping it so you have more time for tricks in the air. But if you want to go faster on the trails, you're going to want to racer it. All right, the first example I'm going to show you is a racer. So watch here, as you can see, kind of my arms will suck up the takeoff, and same thing with my legs. And then right when my front tire clears, I kind of give my arms a little push forward to get my momentum going over the jump and not straight up. On the second example, watch how I pull back with my arms and then push with my legs. So the more you can push up the ramp, the more that you're going to go straight up. All right, so once you got the pump that you figured out, whether that's boosting the jump or racering it, you want to start getting loose on the jump. And this is really going to help you just feel a lot more natural. Everything's going to flow a lot better. It's going to feel a lot smoother, and you're going to be a lot more confident. And what that means is literally just give your bars a little twist or throw a little whip in the air. Any sort of movement that you can kind of counter to correct for any little mistakes you'll make in your takeoff will make it 10 times easier to fix your jumps if you take off the wrong way. And what I mean by that is if you just jump straight and lock up, there's nothing you can really change with your body to make you land the way you want to land. But if you do a little whip and then you start pulling it back If you're coming in a little too crooked, you can really whip your back end back to like set you straight. But if you're just going like this, there's nothing in the air that you can do to change your trajectory. All right guys, and real quick, I just want to give Extra a shout out for helping sponsor this video. Extra makes premium smart wallets, which if you wonder what makes it a smart wallet is they include a tracking card in the back. So if you ever lose your wallet, you can ring your wallet so it makes a little noise go off in this card. So if you ever lose it in your room, you can find it really quick. I think my favorite thing about the wallet though is how compact it is. It's super thin, so even when I'm riding with this in my pocket, I don't even have to worry about it. I never feel it. And I think the absolute coolest part is this quick release button right here for your credit cards. So it pops them up just like that, stick them back down, you're good. So with it being almost Christmas time, they hooked me up with a code. I'll put that down in the description. So if y'all want, I think it's 15% off. Use that code and you'll get 15% off any of their wallets. All right, so for trick number 7 through the rest of them, it's gonna be how to progress your riding faster than you normally would if you would have just followed these tips already. So trick number 7 is gonna be try something that scares you. This is really gonna help you progress your riding faster and just make you have a lot more fun. Because if you never try anything that scares you, you're not gonna have anywhere near as much fun and you're gonna kind of lose interest after a while. So whether that be a new trick or hitting a new line, a new jump, just always try to hit something that scares you and helps you progress your riding. So this jump right here, it's a little bit of a left hip. First, when I was hitting it, I would just go straight up the right line, jump it towards the middle, and that was it. But then I started messing around with it and I found out jumping it from inside to out was way more fun and I got way more speed. So now I'll land on the inside of the first jump and then jump this over to the outside of the landing. And I find out I have way more time for tricks and it just feels a lot flowier. Tip number 8 is gonna be a really simple one, but really important one. Anytime you go to other people's trails, just listen to the other more advanced riders. 99% of the time, there's gonna be somebody better than you at the jumps you go to ride. So either follow their lines, listen to what they have to say, try the tricks that they think are fun on certain jumps, and you'll really figure out like the best trick or the best jumps to do certain tricks on or how to ride certain jumps so you land it better every time. And just simple things like that. Listen to those guys. A lot of them are super friendly and just try to make friends with them. Tip number 9 is just find some friends to ride with you. If you come out and ride dirt jumps by yourself, it can be fun for a little while, but it's definitely nowhere near as fun as coming out here with a bunch of your buddies and just having a good time and pushing each other's riding. Because right now, if I landed a new trick on one of these jumps, I'd be hyped about it, but then none of my other friends would either 1, believe me because I didn't film it, or 2, just not really care because they weren't here to see it. So really find some friends to come out here and ride with you. You'll have a lot more fun on these. Even when you're not riding, you're just sitting at the top of the roll and just messing around, having fun. And it'll keep you encouraged to keep riding and pushing your riding. All right, the final tip is definitely one of the most important ones. If you go ride other people's jumps that somebody else started, always offer to help dig. There's nothing more disrespectful than when somebody comes up to, like say you go to some jumps in a big city that people put years and years of work on, and you just go show up and ride for a few hours, kind of tear up the jumps a little bit, and then just say bye and leave. Those guys aren't going to be very happy with you. Dirt jumps take a lot of work, guys. So even just having another extra set of hands for 1 or 2 hours can make a huge difference. So every time you go to dirt jumps, find somebody there that kind of knows how the show runs out there, and just ask them if you can help with anything, whether that be sweeping or watering or filling in a new jump, whatever it is. Just always offer to help. And if you do that, I guarantee you'll have a much better time at those trails because those guys will like you and they'll want you to come back, and you'll just have a really good time with them. So that about wraps up my top 10 how to ride dirt jump tips. If y'all have any tips that you think I missed, go ahead and throw them down in the comments. And if I think it's good enough, I'll pin it at the top so everybody can see it. Really appreciate y'all coming out to watch this video. I'm gonna have a lot of dirt jump update videos coming out real soon. I'm planning on finishing this whole line within the next probably month. I'm planning on getting a skid steer out here, so that's really gonna speed up the process. So be looking out for those, and thanks for watching, guys.